What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mimic here, and we're back with some more Mimish cap. So let's dash back to Hyrule Town. Oops. Yeah. So previously we finished the water temple, fused the what do you guys say? Fused the element. I'm gonna go try to fuse some kinstones. I wonder if you have another thing to teach me. I do not have the rocks cape yet. Nope, can't fuse with you. I'll try fusing with you. Haha. Do I actually have some of those? I do not have any of those. Hmm. They'd be loud. I'll go pick one of the sisters to rent the tent. Wait, there's something at the school, isn't there? Get to the red one. Oh, I'm horny. Thanks for coming. Oh, anytime, girl. Okay. I thought I could dye myself different colors, but I guess not. Let's peep on the school. See what's going on in here. This looks pushable. Well, there it goes. Ooh, time to use some bombs. I haven't used bombs in a while. Oh, so there's something I wanted to talk about. So, if you watch any of my... Oh, I clicked away. If you watch any of my lacrosse videos, I oftentimes talk badly about Warrior lacrosse products. And I feel like kind of explaining myself because they're the largest brand in lacrosse, and a lot of people would assume they're the best. And here's the thing: a lot of the best players in the world use Warrior products, like Rob Pennell, Paul Rabel, Tom Schreiber, Tucker Durkin, Wes Berg, the Bachlet brothers are all Warrior pros. Connor Cannizzaro, attackman for Ohio, he's insanely good. Okay, they just have their pro roster is incredibly strong, right? So it's tough for me to explain hey, they're bad when all the best players in the world use them. And the thing is, just because they have a lot of very good pros on there, doesn't mean they're the best. Like Pennell was using shrinking products before Warrior decided he was really good, and they wanted to offer him a shit ton of money. And Rabel was the best player in the world for a long time. Still is one of the best players in the world. Still makes a huge impact almost every game he plays in. I think he's a bit overrated, but like I more so he's overrated anymore. Like he's not the same player he was, but he's still the largest draw in the MLL. Like he's an incredibly talented player, much better than I'll ever be at lacrosse. Um, but like I just don't think he's the same player he used to be, which he shouldn't be because he's getting kind of old, right? Anyway, but like so when so many good players use it, it's hard for me to justify like, hey, they're not good. Um, but I think the biggest thing with it is I don't think they do an incredible job working with their players on how to improve their products. Like, so Tom Schreiber, like I've talked about in my Evo 4 video, he uses an Evo 4, which is not one of the newer lines of heads. Rabel is going to use the Warp next season because Warrior is going to pay him a boatload of money to use the Warp next season. But I mean, he was using his Rabel 2 head, which like fine, but I don't think he was actually using his Rabel 99 shaft like the MLO would like you to believe. I know he was using the like new Burn LT shaft a lot, you know, but like he's just not like he wasn't using his pro shaft, and like Pinnell was using the Warp because the Warp Pro specifically because Warrior was going to pay him a boatload of money to do that, or they did pay him a boatload of money to do that. And guys like Mike Simon, who actually switched to East Coast Dies after being a Warrior Pro, like they had to use the Warp. A lot of the guys I knew some Warrior Pros that were using the Warp just because they had to. A lot of them weren't actually huge fans of the product. Not that the Warp Pro isn't a solid like offering, because I realistically think after messing around with the Warp Pro, like the mid-low Whip 1 Warp Pro was actually a pretty nice head. Like I'm not going to sit here and say that because you can't string it, it's not good. It was actually pretty, like it threw super accurate. What the fuck is this for? This is going to be rupees I can't use yet. Like it was a pretty solid head. Like not, I think it's a preference thing, and I think if you really like some of the feel of stringing, or like if you're really picky about your pocket more so, then those warps are never going to be for you. Like that's okay. But like as far as a consistent performing pocket that's does well, it's good. I don't think it's the best, and I think the like I'm gonna not talk. I think where the warp technology could be really good is like at the youth level, and I picked up some of Warriors and like kind of messed around with like the warp next that Warrior has, and it's shit. It's basically the same quality as most factory strung jobs, so I'd still go for like a complete junior, String King complete junior over Evo Warp or Warp Next, whatever it is. Talk to this guy real quick. What's up, Wave Blade? Peril Beam. Will you also heal me? You did. Good boy. Yeah, like I said, I'd still go the String King Complete Junior over like the Warp Next. So I just think it's a better product, like overall. Ooh. Hooray, I got the big wallet finally. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. But so there was something that triggered me to talk about this, and it happened like almost a week ago at this point. But like was really bugging me today for some reason. And granted, I shouldn't get like pent up about this, but like, so I don't know if you watch East Coast Dies on YouTube, but like they do head reviews, right? And in their review of the Warrior Burn 2 and the Burn 2 Max, they made the observation that, hey, the Burn 2 is exceptionally heavy for an offensive head. I believe it comes in about 5.4 ounces, which when you look at kind of like outside shooting offensive heads, you have the Mirage, which is 4.5 ounces. You have like the Stallion can be do that, like kind of a attackman midfield head, which is 4.9 ounces. You have the String King Mark II V, which is like 4.7 ounces. And the original burn was an attack head. So like String King. Okay, I'm gonna finish my first point here. Sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked. Like the 2A is also like a good attackman head, a good offensive head, specifically. That's, here are the Gorons. They got through the wall together. Got to find a couple more of those. Anyway, so like the String King 2A, solid option in there. There's the Maverick Kinetic, which is like 4.8 ounces or something. No, it's lighter than that. It's super light. The Kinetic is super light. Then you also have the Optic, and like the Command is kind of a, sort of a mid-pocket outside shooting offensive head. Command Low can be used for attack and shit. Like, there's just a lot of heads that are all much less than 5.4 ounces or whatever it is. And granted, like, it's got the Warrior's throat lock technology, which I think is probably the most effective at reducing the head rattle. But like it's still so heavy, and it feels it. Like the Evo 5 still feels heavy. Evo 5 and the Surgeon. That's my least favorite thing about the Surgeon, and why I'd still pick the Command Low over it, is that it feels heavy because of the throat plug. And okay, great, it feels secure. Here's a bean. I'm going up. But I just don't like it's so fucking heavy, especially for like how much like speed you need to generate. There's probably some science with like because the head's heavier, you can generate more torque, but like it's heavy. It has, according to some people, more extreme tilt tech, which is a shitty thing to string than the Evo 5 had. Like, there's just a lot of things about it that gets me mad. So Warrior posts on Instagram, like, some of our competitors say our head is too heavy, but we think because it's so stiff, which the Burn 2 and the Burn 2 Max, which just comes in at like 6 ounces almost. Like, it's the second heaviest head that I've heard of, save the Regulator Max, right? So like they're saying, oh, our head's too heavy, but no, it's so stiff. Well, the thing is, like, the Burn 2 is not that much stiffer than like its competing heads, and roughly, like, a lot of people would even say that their heads, competing heads, such as like the Mark II T now, which is, basically direct competitor to the Burn 2 Max LSM like transition head with a narrow face shape for like offensive control, like is lighter and stiffer, according to String King, whom I trust because I've worked with a lot of their products and I've worked with a lot of Warrior products, and Warrior is actually a pretty shitty company to work with. I've talked to a lot of guys who, from my own experience ordering equipment with Warrior and dealing with them, and like other people's experience with like working with Warrior, because I know a bunch of guys who coach college ball, and they all say like working with Warrior is super frustrating Um, like as a company, I just think they're kind of shit, right?